Yeah, it's all started.
Good evening, everyone. Can everyone hear me okay out there?
Not really, but thanks to Miss Vida, they have to stay there.
Thank you.
Please thank Miss Vida. You have to stay there.
I'll try and speak louder. I call this regular council meeting Tuesday, October the 3rd, 2023, 7 p.m. to order, and to acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the Stehelas. Next order of business, please.
The next order of business is introduction of late items.
Actually, I'm gonna go back. I'm sorry about that. I actually would like to start off with the introduction of our new counselor, Counselor Allen. I welcome you here tonight and nice to see you.
Can I just say that I'm delighted to be back on council doing the work I've enjoyed doing for many years. I'm less pleased to be in this room though, because I'm quite concerned about public health and I don't like being jammed in a small, poorly ventilated room with a lot of people when we could be at our community hall. Today, the province has made it mandatory masking in health centers, and I think that that is going to expand. And the COVID virus is still with us and very serious, and we're coming into flu season. So while I appreciate being here, I really don't enjoy being with all these other people in such a small room. I think that's the wrong thing to do. We are supposed to provide a safe workplace for our employees and our people, and I don't think this is a safe workplace given the current virus situation. Thank you.
The next item I'd like to, under the call to order here, sorry, is I'd like to pay recognition to the 4 firefighters, BC provincial firefighters who lost their lives, and the Maple Ridge RCMP member who recently lost his life. I'd like to ask for a moment, 1 minute of silence, please. Thank you. I would also like to acknowledge that one of the firefighters actually came from Stehelas. Next order of business, then, please.
The next order of business is introduction of late items.
So I have a letter here from Wendy Baldwin regarding the rink. So I'd like to add that to the consent agenda as item T. I have an additional request from our new counselor, Counselor Allen, who under new business would like to discuss the oak trees.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, it's been a busy week trying to catch up on village business and read some of the minutes. And one of my large concerns was when I read—
Point of order, Mr. Mayor.
Well, the new business.
That should be put under new business.
It will be under new business.
Okay.
It's not to be spoken to right now.
Yeah.
It is not being spoken to right now.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
I'm simply introducing it. I would like to speak to the issue of the 4 oak trees on West Lillooet Avenue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next order of business, please,
The next order of business is approval of the agenda.
as amended. Do I have a mover? Moved by Councillor Passio, seconded by Councillor Vidal. Further discussion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I'd just like to make an observation that I think this is an unrealistic agenda. We have the normal business of council, on top of which we have an official community plan, 3rd reading and adoption, which alone would warrant a council meeting. We then have 2 developments, a couple of rezonings, and I just don't see how we're going to make it through this by 10 o'clock tonight if we give all of these items the attention that they deserve. So while I know that I'm only a single voice here, I would never have put such a large agenda in front of a council because I don't think it's really achievable. So I'm just expressing that concern. Thank you.
Thank you. Further discussion? Seeing none, ready to call the question. So in favor of the approval of the agenda as amended? All in favor? Opposed?
Opposed?
Passes with Councillor Allen and the mayor opposed. Next order of business, please.
The next order of business is adoption of council minutes.
So the first one we have is item A, that the regular council meeting minutes of August 8th, 2023 be adopted. Do I have a mover?
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Vidal, seconded by Councillor Jackson. Errors or omissions?
So Mayor, just a little guidance, please. I wasn't on council during these meetings, but if I don't vote, I'm deemed to have voted in the affirmative.
Correct.
And I can't really vote on them because I wasn't a member of council during the meetings. So what am I supposed to do?
Just absent, which means you vote in the affirmative.
No, okay, well, if I'm not voting, I want it noted that I'm voting because I don't think that I should be voting if I wasn't present to bear witness to the accuracy of these minutes.
Thank you. Any other errors or omissions? Seeing none, ready to call the question. All in favor? Opposed? Nobody's opposed. Motion passes. Item B. The public hearing record for the official community plan bylaw 1184 dated August 9th, 2023 be adopted. Mover on that.
Move Councillor Wood, Mayor Wood, sorry.
Moved by Councillor Facio, seconded by Councillor Vidal. Errors or omissions? Seeing none, call the question. All in favor? Opposed? Nobody opposed. Passes. Item C, that the special pre-closed meeting minutes of August the 21st, 2023 be adopted. Moved by Councillor Jackson, seconded by Councillor Vidal. Errors or omissions? Seeing none, call the question. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Nobody opposed. Item D, excuse me, the committee of the whole meeting minutes of August the 22nd, 2023 be adopted. Do I have a mover?
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Vidal, seconded by Councillor Facio. Errors or omissions? Seeing none, call the question. All in favor? Opposed? Nobody opposed. Motion passes. And item E, that the special pre-closed meeting minutes of August the 25th, 2023 be adopted. A mover.
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Vidal, seconded by Councillor Jackson. Errors or omissions? Seeing none, call the question. All in favor? Opposed? Nobody opposed? Motion passes. Next order of business, please.
The next order of business is business arising from the minutes.
Is there any business arising from the minutes? I have I have two. First one is just on page 7. And it's just regarding the committee members. For the Communities in Bloom, the Age Friendly and the Environmental Advisory Committee. Do we have a number of applicants for each one of those committees to our Chief Administrative Officer?
At this time, I'm not sure how many we have because Christy is away. She is handling we've had a few, is all I can say. I don't have the exact number.
Thank you. The next item I have is per the closed meetings. So whereas per the community charter, the responsibilities of the mayor. The mayor is the head and chief executive officer of the municipality. In addition to the mayor's responsibility as a member of council, the mayor has the following responsibilities. Provide leadership to council, including by recommending bylaws, resolutions, and other measures that in the mayor's opinion may assist in the peace and good order and governance of the municipality. And whereas per 117 of the charter, a council member or formal council member must, unless specifically authorized otherwise by council, A, keep in confidence any record held in confidence by the municipality until the record is released to the public as lawfully authorized or required. And B, keep in confidence information considered in any part of a council or council committee meeting that was lawfully closed to the public until the council or committee discusses the information at the meeting that is open to the public or releases the information to the public. And whereas for a council procedural bylaw under 6(o), a council member or former council member must, unless specifically authorized otherwise by council, I, keep in confidence any record held in confidence by the village until the record is released to the public as lawfully authorized or required. And keep in confidence information considered in any part of an in-camera council, cow or committee meeting until the council, cow or committee discusses the information at a meeting that is open to the public or releases the information to the public. And finally, as whereas if a member takes any action, that member shall be ordered by a majority vote of council or on the order of the mayor or presiding member to leave their seat for that meeting. And in the case of their refusing to do so, may on order of the mayor or presiding member be removed from the meeting by a peace officer. However, if a member offending subsection 6F, which is what I just read, apologizes to the council may by majority vote permit them to resume their seat. And that as Councillor Facio undertook action prohibited by bylaw by releasing distorted confidential information from the closed meeting, I order you to leave your seat for the meeting.
What are you referring to?
You've been ordered to leave your
What are
seat.
you referring to?
You're out of order.
What are you referring to? Because if he leaves, I leave.
You can ask the
If he
council.
leaves, I leave.
You're
Simple
out
as
of
that.
order.
What you have to tell me what you're
You
accusing me of.
released information from a closed meeting that's on this agenda.
Which part of the agenda are you referring to, sir?
I'm referring to the closed meetings. You're under order, sir, to please remove yourself from this meeting.
What are you referring
You
to?
have an option,
Don't
sir.
lie.
You have order.
I would suggest you.
Order.
And have that.
Order.
No.
You're out of order,
You're out of
Counselor.
order, your worship.
You have been ordered to remove yourself from this meeting, or you may apologize. And council will decide
Apologize for what? I have to know what I'm
for
apologizing.
releasing the minutes, the conversation from the closed meeting that was just adopted.
Which closed meeting are you making reference to?
Sir,
Is that page 17?
sir, you've been ordered to,
And who have I released this to?
you have been ordered to be removed.
Who have I released this to?
Mr. Mayor, can I interject? It would be impossible for us to discuss the issue without revealing the contents of the meeting and making this all then in violation. I was not at any of those meetings, but I still think that it would be problematic to try and discuss the situation. And I think that Councillor Facio probably has to accept the fact that you do have the authority to have them removed. That's just my observation.
All I'm asking for is, what am I supposed to have released? That's all I'm asking.
You have released confidential information from the closed meeting that we just adopted the minutes with.
Who to?
Mr. Mayor, if I can make the point again, we cannot discuss items that were in camera meeting, therefore you cannot answer Councillor Facio's question.
Councillor Facio.
I'm suggesting that you rise
You
and
have
call a closed meeting.
You have a choice. You can apologize for it. You know what it is.
What?
You're out of order.
What am I apologizing for? I do not know what you're referring to.
I have
Mr.
ordered
Mayor.
you removed,
He's
Councillor.
got a right to know. what
Out
he-
of order.
Quiet.
Out of order.
Right to know. Everybody in a court of law, you have a right to know.
Out of
You know.
order, Councillor.
So are you. Mayor Wood, would you please?
You're out of order.
I am not out of
No, we're
order.
not out of order.
I am requesting.
You're
further-
out of order,
I am
Councillor.
not out of order, Mayor Wood.
Councillor Vidal.
It is absolutely unacceptable.
Councillor Vidal, you're out of order.
You're a liar.
Mr. Mayor, that man has to be removed.
No, it's not.
This is supposed to be a civil meeting and you're turning it into something it shouldn't be. I am very embarrassed with you.
Should be.
You are out of.
You have to do something. right
Councillor
now.
Jackson, you're out of
No,
order.
why not?
Why I should be?
Quiet.
Because.
Order, please,
to the
order. Order.
Are you allowing that?
Councillor Facio, this is the final time. You can apologize or remove yourself from this meeting so we can proceed. We have a busy agenda.
What am I apologizing for?
You're apologizing for releasing confidential information from a closed meeting of which we just adopted.
And you have proof of that.
You know of it, sir.
You have proof of that.
You have a choice.
I'm asking a fair question. Do you have proof of that?
Under order of the mayor, you are to remove yourself from the meeting.
Mr. Mayor, if I can interject a point of order, I'm not sure that an apology is sufficient to deal with a breach of confidentiality. I would suggest that to Councillor Facio, but I'm not sure that that is actually something that is permissible.
Thank you.
Mayor Wood?
Councillor Vidal.
Perhaps a suggestion is to move right now into closed meeting so we can further discuss it.
No.
I have no objection to that.
All right, I'll make a motion then to move to closed.
Okay. So help me through the sections.
Can I grab my, thank you.
Order, please. Yes, absolutely, yes.
So the closed meeting of August 21st, 2023 was closed pursuant to section 91C of the community charter, which was labor relations. 91E, which is acquisition, disposition, or expropriation of land. 91K, which is negotiations and related discussions respecting the proposed provision of a municipal service that are at their preliminary stages. And the closed meeting of August 25th was closed under section 91A again of the community charter, which is personal information about an identifiable individual who holds or is being considered for position as an officer, employee, or agent of the municipality. And also 91E, which is again, disposition or expropriation of land. So I would suggest that in order to properly close the meeting, we determine which of those topics is at issue.
Oh,
So you would like to enter into a closed meeting. So right here. Pursuant to section 91A, 91C, 91E, and 91K. Sorry, I should say section 90, subsection 1, subsection, so it's section 90. So that would be closing under personal information about an identifiable individual.
that's under section
That's
90-1.
1-A.
90-1. Dash A.
Section 90, subsection 1, subsection C is labor relations or other employee relations. E is acquisition, disposition, or expropriation of land or improvements. And K is negotiations and related discussions respecting the proposed provision of a municipal service that are at their preliminary stages.
So Councillor Vidal actually moved that we proceed to a closed meeting, subject to 90-1-A, 90-1-C, 90-1-E, and 90-1-K.
Mr. Mayor, on a point of order, this is all a bit of a mystery to me because I was not involved in those meetings. But I believe that the proper process while we're sitting as a council, if we're going to go into an in-camera session, the proper process is for the council to resolve itself into a committee of the whole. And the committee of the whole can be a closed meeting. And having dealt with that, we can then rise and report from that committee of the whole back into the main assembly. And I believe that is the proper way to step out of a public meeting and into an impromptu closed session. I would also like to observe the difficulty of doing that with all of the public present, and the idea of putting them all out into the cold to wait for us doesn't appeal to me at all. I don't disagree with your authority to order any councillor to leave their seat, and I recall you've done that before with Councillor Facio and got the same response. And I find that it's a bit offensive that the chair is not given the authority and respected enough to run the meeting, but that's just my opinion as a councillor. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question. What concerns me about this is you've made your thoughts very clear that you're opposed to the OCP and other items.
Councillor Jackson, you're out of order.
Excuse me.
Councillor
Councillor Jackson.
Then we get to 2 votes.
Councillor Jackson, you're out of order.
No, I'm not. I'm not out of order. I can answer that question as a councillor. You're allowing Councillor Allen.
Councillor
to
Jackson.
on everything.
Councillor
and nobody
Jackson.
else. So then.
Councillor Vidal was making a
Will
motion.
that be the tone of this
Had
council?
made a motion on the table. Do I have a seconder?
You're trying to stop us from. speaking.
Councillor, do I have a seconder to Councillor Vidal's motion to go to a closed meeting due to the sections 90-1, A, C, E, and K? Do I have a seconder for that?
No.
Seeing none, motion fails.
Well,
Counselor,
I seconded it. I seconded it.
Counselor Facio, I order you removed.
I seconded it.
Counselor Facio,
I believe, Mayor Wood, I believe that Councillor Facio did second the motion.
Counselor Facio, you've been ordered to.
I had my hand up to second the motion, sir.
Counselor Facio, you've been ordered.
Are you observing this?
Counselor Facio, you can apologize.
Apologize for what?
I have repeated myself over and over. You have been ordered removed from the meeting.
For what reason?
You have been ordered.
But you have to give a reason, sir. Don't you understand that?
You have a choice to apologize. Do you wish to apologize so that we can move forward? Order.
For the sake of moving this forward, as we've got such a busy schedule in front of us here.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, Leo.
Order.
Show burden of proof.
Order.
Who says you're in charge?
Order.
Who made you king?
Where's the proof?
Out of here.
Yeah, right, yeah, right.
Out of here now.
Sure.
You're ordered out.
By who?
Both you are ordered out.
By who?
The mayor.
Okay.
Remove
I
yourself.
heard you.
Remove yourself.
No. Nobody can go anywhere.
Mr. Mayor,
Would you like to call the question again, Mr. Mayor, regarding the closed meeting? I think Mr. Allen's got it wrong. It's simple as rising
You're,
from the.
you've been
open
ordered
meeting.
removed from the meeting, Counselor Facio. You apologized. Now there's a question of whether the apology will be accepted. So
What am I
As
apologizing
for-
for?
you apologized, did you not, sir?
For what?
Did you not just apologize?
No. What for? What am I apologizing for? I'm entitled to be heard.
Mayor Wood, may I suggest there seems to be quite a bit of level of agitation in the gallery and with council this evening. Like to make a suggestion that the RCMP be contacted just to be able to be here on standby in case things escalate any further.
Thank you.
That is at your authority to do that, Mayor?
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Facio.
I'm asking again,
You've
sir.
been ordered removed.
What am I apologizing for?
You've been ordered removed, sir. Please remove yourself from the meeting.
For what reason? You have to give me a reason. Everybody deserves it.
You're out of order, sir.
I'm asking you a simple
You
question.
have been ordered removed from the meeting.
Yeah, for what reason?
Counselor Allen.
Mr. Mayor, if I can respond to Councillor Facio through you. The reason that you have given in general terms appears to be that Councillor Facio has breached council confidentiality. It would be impossible for you to explain that to him further or for us to discuss it in any way without us all breaching council confidentiality. I am now bound by those same rules. I have read the in-camera minutes and I'm bound by the confidentiality rules surrounding that. But we cannot here tonight explain to Councillor Facio what his breach is. You will have to do that at a different time because this is a public meeting and we cannot talk about what went on in the in-camera meeting or what the breach might be. It's legally impossible for you to answer his question and to tell him what breach he has committed. He has to accept, in my opinion, your ruling as the chair that he vacate his seat for this meeting, I understand, not after that. So that's just the way I see it. Thank you.
Thank you. Counselor Facio, you've been ordered removed.
I want a reason, please, sir.
It's not possible to give a
It
reason.
is because we go in camera.
Order,
We go to a closed.
order. You have been ordered removed, Councillor Facio.
I'm entitled to know why, Mayor Wood. Everybody's entitled to know why. It's a simple question.
You have heard a very good explanation from Councillor Allen.
I didn't need explanation from Councillor Allen. I
Councillor,
know the rules, sir.
Councillor Facio, do the respectful thing and leave, please. So that we can move on.
I want the reason why.
Order.
Sure, I'm putting a
Councillor
motion on
Jackson.
the floor to adjourn the meeting, please. You have a seconder?
Seconded.
All in favor? Aye. Leo?
Well, just a second.
No,
Point
that's
of order,
okay.
Mr. Mayor.
No,
Point
that's
of
all right.
order.
We can do that.
Point of order.
No, no point of order.
There is a large point of order at work here.
Councillor Allen.
You are the chair of the meeting, not Councillor Jackson. You call for motions, you recognize the mover and the seconder, call for debate, and you decide whether or not the motion has passed or failed, not Councillor Jackson. What Councillor Jackson is now trying to do is to hijack your meeting. And I, for one,
I can-
Order.
Any councillor.
Order.
No, sir.
I've ordered.
Any
Order
councillor
to.
can make a motion, and Mr. Allen knows that. He knows that. So
Any-
that's enough. Please call the question.
We haven't even got to approval of the agenda.
Doesn't matter. You've hijacked this meeting.
Councillor Facio, you have been ordered removed.
For what reason, sir?
Mr. Mayor, on a point of order, I believe that a motion is on the floor to adjourn the meeting. If I remember, it was moved by Councillor Vidal and seconded by Councillor Jackson. So I believe that motion needs to be debated and decided before we get any more of the interjections. If you're recognizing the mover and the seconder.
I do not move. Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Vidal?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Are you recognizing the motion?
I do not recognize the motion. Thank you.
Could you please explain on what grounds?
How, I'm not understanding.
On what grounds are you not?
You don't have the floor, Councillor, until you have the floor given to you by the mayor. I did not give you the floor. You cannot just belch out a motion.
Yes,
sir.
I can.
Sir, you're out of order.
I've had 9 years on council. I
Sir,
know how it works.
you do not have the floor.
Of course I don't. I made a motion.
Councillor,
And you're obligated to call a vote on it.
Councillor Facio. Your choice.
I'm ready to do anything you wish, but all I'm asking you is, what is the reason, sir? Simple question.
You have been ordered removed from this meeting.
For what reason?
You have been ordered removed from this meeting.
You have to give a
By the
reason.
authority of the
Community
chair.
charter. Under the authority of community charter, you have to give a reason
The authority of the chair.
and then ask council.
The authority of the chair, sir.
Your worship, through you, if I can remind Councillor Facio that the reason that you gave for having him removed from his seat was his breach of confidentiality.
Thank you, sir.
And that was, I believe, what you said very clearly.
Very clearly. By order of the chair, Councillor.
And what is the breach, sir?
It's order of the chair.
Yeah, what is the breach?
It's order of the chair.
I understand that, but what is the breach? You haven't explained it to me.
Mr. Mayor, as far as I
Councillor
know,
Jackson.
that's all right.
Sorry, Councillor Al, sorry, Councillor Al.
As far as I know, neither the community charter, the local government act, or our own procedural bylaw provides for holding a mini trial at this point. And all the rules of natural justice, which Councillor Facio and the supporters are asking for about charges and evidence is not going to happen at this meeting tonight because they all involve confidential matters that we cannot discuss in an open meeting. So it's not possible, in my opinion, for you to give any further details to Councillor Facio at this time. You're quite welcome to do so after the meeting, either just the two of you or the two of you and staff and any of those people, including council, who are privy to the in-camera minutes could attend that, but at the moment we cannot discuss it. And I think that Councillor Facio may not like the process, but I think he has to accept the authority of the chair to run the meeting. So
Thank you, Councillor.
that's how I see it.
Come on, Leopold.
Order, please.
Richard.
Order,
Oh, Sonia.
order,
You know, I'd just like to remind you
order,
that.
order, Councillor. Councillor Jackson, you're out of order.
Just received. a
Councillor Jackson.
Award from UBC.
Councillor Jackson, you're out of order.
No, sir, I believe you're out of order.
You're out of order,
I
sir.
believe you're out of order. You're overstepped.
You're out of order,
We
Councillor
have a huge
Jackson.
agenda tonight, obviously.
Councillor
you
Jackson.
don't want to deal with. You don't want to deal with. that.
Councillor Jackson, you're out of order.
This is important. work we
Councillor
have.
Jackson.
I didn't run for council.
Councillor Jackson, you do not have the floor, sir.
I want the floor.
You do not have the
Give
floor.
me the floor.
You do not have the floor.
Listen to you.
Councillor Facio, please remove yourself from this meeting.
Will you give me an explanation?
Incredible.
I remind you for the last time, you have a right to apologize and council can consider your apology. Are you willing to apologize?
Don't
To move on. Order! Order!
I can't apologise for anything I don't know about. I have to know a reason for any of this. That's why you should have risen and gone into a closed meeting, a simple suggestion like that. You don't have to go to a committee of the whole.
Councillor Facio, you're out of order. Please remove yourself or apologize.
For what reason? That's all I'm asking. I'm not being unreasonable, I'm just asking for a reason.
Councillor Facio, you're holding up the business of the meeting.
You are, your worship.
You're
holding-
out of order, Councillor.
I want to get business done here. We have a big agenda. You have wasted 3/4 of an hour on.
Councillor Jackson,
You could have.
you're out of
called
order, sir.
Councillor Fascio into the office today and had a discussion with him. But you chose not to do that. You chose this forum here. So it turned out to be a. 2-2
Councillor
vote.
Jackson,
We know that.
Councillor Jackson, was a closed meeting called? Did you respond to the mayor if you would attend? Councillor Bidell responded saying she was not available. Councillor Facio responded saying he was not available.
I didn't.
We did not have a quorum for the closed meeting that I called.
Today? Why
It
didn't
was
you call one
on
today?
Thursday.
Why didn't you call?
Councillor, it was called Thursday.
Why didn't
If
you call one?
council refuses to attend a special meeting called by council, by the mayor, Councillor Vidal.
Thank you, Mayor Wood. I'm going to take a level of exception to your previous comment. There are numerous reasons why councillors may or may not be able to attend the calling of an in-camera closed meeting at short notice. I was fully justified when I indicated to you that I was unable to attend. And you needed nothing more from me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, can I just,
Councillor Allen.
for clarification, are you saying that you attempted to hold an in-camera meeting to discuss this matter and that the councillors did not attend or respond to your?
That is correct.
Well, thank you. I know a little bit more now about the situation.
The email did not indicate what the matter was. Is that correct, Mr. Mayor?
You do not have the floor, Councillor Passio. You have been ordered removed. The council can continue this meeting, but without Councillor Passio. Is council prepared to move on?
If I may make a small observation, Mr. Mayor, when council boycotts a meeting called by the mayor, that is a serious problem because it prevents the business of the community from moving ahead.
Thank you, Councillor.
And for whatever the
Councillor,
reason.
Thank you,
Councillor
Mayor
White.
Wood, through you to Councillor Allen. I also take exception to his statement of boycotting a meeting.
Allow me to clarify.
I have the floor,
Order.
Councillor Allen.
Order.
Thank you, Mayor Wood. I've explained to you that I was unable to attend that meeting.
Thank you, Councillor.
Nothing more needs to be said. And I take exception to Councillor Allen's comment that I was boycotting it. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I wish to apologize.
Councillor Allen, you want to?
Okay.
Councillor Jackson.
Yes, I'm in the same, I had other duties that day. I have a lot of meetings that I attend to and do. If you would have called an in-camera meeting today, I would have been there. Simple as that.
Councillor
But you didn't.
Jackson.
You chose not, and I would object to Councillor Allen putting
Councillor,
in everything we're saying. He
Councillor,
knows everything anyway.
Councillor Jackson, I will respond to you, is that you did not respond to my request for the closed meeting
Yes, I
in
did.
any way.
Yes, I did.
Councillor Allen.
I wish to apologize to any offense caused to Councillor Vidal by my use of the word boycott. I was simply remembering a similar experience as mayor when I tried to get our official community plan adopted, and the councillors at the time refused to meet with the planners to do so. And I considered that to be a boycott. So I'm reflecting that I have not, this isn't the first time I've seen that happen. And if the word is offensive, please suggest a different word that I can use for that behavior.
Thank you. Councillor Vidal.
Thank you, Mayor Wood, through you to Councillor Allen. You are still making the insinuation that I was boycotting the meeting. If you're going to issue an apology, I would ask you to withdraw that comment. Thank you.
Councillor Allen.
He's not there.
I suggest that you call a question, go into a closed.
There's still a motion on the floor to adjourn, your worship, and you know that.
You did not have the floor, Councillor Jackson. There is,
I don't need to have.
we are waiting for Councillor Passio. If council wishes, I will reconvene the meeting and we will carry on with Councillor Passio being absent. Is that council's wish? Nope.
No.
Councillor Facio. Do you wish to apologize?
I'll do it, Leo.
No, sir.
You're out of order.
No, sir. I want a reason why you're asking me to leave this meeting. As a sitting council, I'm entitled to have a reason.
I move adjournment. Seconder? Seconded by Councillor Jackson. Discussion on that? Councillor Allen.
For clarification, Mr. Mayor, does that mean that the meeting is then over? And do we have a time at which we will reconvene? Or is that yet to be determined?
No.
Okay.
Further discussion? Call the question, all in favor? Opposed? Motion, we are adjourned with Councillor Allen and the mayor opposed.
Thank you all for coming, folks. Sorry about the theatrics.